Hello, everyone. Hello, and good evening, good morning, whatever time it is when you're watching this video. This is Sisters Unfiltered Opinions. I am your host for this evening, Alex, and the ladies are here with me. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Cash Money.
Kayla.
Serenity.
Oh, yeah. So I hope all of you, we just got past the Thanksgiving holiday. To those who celebrate, I hope everyone had a great holiday and spent time with family, friends, loved ones, and all of that. We all did. And now we are ready to get into this week's subject matter. We have a hot topic, but our main subject is submission and what it means to submit to your partner or to your mate. And our hot topic kind of goes along with that, but we're going to dive into the submission part. So, ladies, don't all speak at once, one at a time, please. What do you think it means to be submissive in a relationship or to submit to your partner? Or what do you? I got a couple of questions. So, let's just start there. What do you think it means to be to submit to your partner or to be submissive in a relationship?
Host, can you define submission?
Okay, so let's look it up. I'll look it up so we want to be as technical as possible. Okay. Let's look up submission.
We don't want Wikipedia. We want Webster's.
Child, be quiet. It says submissive, ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. A submissive, almost sheep-like people. But that's the adjective, okay? Noun, submissive as a noun. It says a person who takes the submissive role in BDSM sexual acts. I don't know if that's correct.
Oh, obedience. Oh, see, okay.
So it says a submissive as a noun, which a person who takes the submissive role in BDSM sexual activities. In a sentence, she's a submissive who likes to push the limits of the dominant partner's rules. So that's just, that's not what we're talking about. That's in BDSM. That is in BDSM specifically. So let me read it one more time. Ready to conform to the authority or will of others. Submissive. To help.
But we're talking about being submissive in a relationship, huh?
In a relationship, yes.
Is that the biblical term for submission? Or we just going with that? Okay, go ahead.
So what do you want to say? So go ahead while y'all talk about it, and I'll look up a specific scripture in the Bible.
What I found something where it says what submissive is not. Can I say what it is not?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So it says submission. Oh, let me go back up to the top. Submission is not agreeing on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing. Submission does not mean leaving your brain at the altar.
Okay.
Okay.
Agree with that.
Submission does not mean you do not try to influence your husband or your mate.
Okay.
Submission is not putting the will of the husband before the will of Christ.
All right, okay. Come on, Kayla.
Okay.
Submission does not mean getting all of her spiritual strength through her husband or her mate. Okay. Submission does not mean living or acting in fear. I think that's the main thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like it. Okay. Let me. Y'all know I like to start stuff off.
Okay.
So
she ready.
Just traditionally, how I heard submission being fed into me, or my interpretation of submission, and it could be totally wrong. I appreciate Kayla's definition of it, of what submission is not, is obedience. So when Alice said the definition of obedience, I'm not finna obey nobody. We can compromise, but I'm not finna do what anybody tell me what to do. I ain't even like doing what my parents told me what to do. So what I'm gonna do with my partner, like, can we compromise? Am I in a state that I can compromise with you so we can both be happy? But I'm not gonna obey you to the point that it jeopardizes my happiness at this point in life.
For sure.
I can
Kayla?
agree with that.
I'm with Serenity on this one. I'm a pretty hard nut to crack. So I do agree to a certain extent of being submissive to your husband, but I think to a certain degree it takes away who you are as a person. Being submissive. So maybe that's who I'm not and don't want to
Kelly.
be.
Or Cash Money. I'm sorry, Cash Money.
Well, I got two takes on that. I tend to agree with the ladies because I use my scenario often that if we're riding in a car and you fall asleep, I'm not just supposed to sit there and not say nothing, let you drive off the road and kill me and everybody in the car. However, in the biblical sense, it says wives to submit to your husband, who also then submits to Christ Jesus the Lord. So if he's doing what he's supposed to do under the covenant of marriage and honoring God and going in the right direction, then I am supposed to submit to him because he is the leader of the household and he's doing what he's supposed to do. However, as Kayla pointed out, that does not mean you lose yourself, that you don't sometimes disagree and all of that. I think the majority of people, males and others, tend to think submission is in the form of your definition, Alex, of the BDSM and the you gotta bow down. And that's not what really submission means in the context of the Bible in the covenant of marriage.
So
Kelly, I like it.
Listen, okay, that was just a definition that I gave. And the noun version was submissive, and that's specifically in a scenario of being somebody submissive. That's their title. So I just read that part just because it was there. But like we said, the plain definition of it, like you said, it said to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly obedient or passive. Yeah. So my opinion is, if I feel like my husband or my partner, whoever it may be, if I believe in him, if I trust him, there are certain things that I am going to be willing to allow him. I'm going to submit to those things. If he has a theory on how we should do things and he wants me to follow his lead, I'm going to trust that he has got our, whatever we are all together, he has our best interests at heart. And I feel confident in saying that I would do that. But at the same time, I would never, like Kelly said, put myself in a position where I will be led into some danger, led astray. If I feel like it's at a space where things are not going as we, wanted them to go, then I would have to step in. And I think that's a part, of marriage and anything like that. You are supposed to be, as a wife, I'm supposed to be able to step in and say, hey, I don't think this is going the way you want it to go. Like, we might need to reflect and look at this again and do something different. And I think my husband, in that sense, should be open to that criticism and us being able to have that type of discord with each other. So yeah, I agree that, and I think it should be submission on both sides, because it's all about compromise. Because I can't always be the one that's compromising in a situation. I can't always be the one that's, going out of my way to make sure you have things that you need and you have things done the way you like. Like, you have to, it's give and take involved in relationships. So I see it on both sides. And so I'm willing to do that if I feel like if this is my partner, I trust them. I know that they, wouldn't put me in harm's way. They have my best interest in heart. So yeah. So we kind of all are on the same space. So how do you guys feel like you have, just think about the relationships that you have been in for the longest relationships you've all have been in. How do you feel like you all have been as far as submitting in those relationships? Have you
Oh,
all done your best as far as that is concerned, or what?
hell to the no, to the no, to the no, no.
Kelly, Cash Buddy says no.
I would say, we talked about that in the course of when I was married, and we talked about red flags a while back too. And I'm a strong-willed person, and so it's things got to make sense to me. I'm not bowing down. I'm not submitting. If it sounds crazy, like I said, my analogy, you finna run me off the road. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna grab the damn wheel. I'm gonna do all of that. I might nudge you. You wake your ass up. We ain't doing. I can't willingly be a silent participant, and you don't got my best interest. I got to say something. So I know for a fact I have not, in my past relationships, been submissive.
I think I'm different. Even though Kayla would not agree, because she'd say I operate in my masculinity energy. But I allow the man to lead unless he shows me evidence that is not in my best interest, or what I feel like is not in my best interest. I will allow you to lead, do whatever you want to do. And people think that's different, because then that goes to the fact when people take the definition of equally yoked differently. Like, is it financially equally yoked, or is it vision or mission equally yoked? I think it's vision and mission. So as long as our vision and missions is on the same page, I will allow the man to lead.
Real quick. So we have the biblical concept of submission. It says to simply means to willfully deploy oneself in service to their partner.
So that means, read it again.
The biblical concept of submission simply means to willfully deploy oneself in service to their partner, which then so by that definition, it goes back to what I was saying. The male should submit to Christ, the Lord, and then the wife should submit to him. But it says partner. That means it goes both ways. So submission is a two-way thing. It's not even about a compromise. It's a two-way thing. It's a service, self in service. So both partners.
I would say this. I don't think I've had a partner. I don't think I had a partner that I would let lead me anywhere. My relationships. I'm just saying, my past relationships has been where I've had to lead the household, and the man never led the household. Now, with the person that I talk to now, would I be submissive to him? Yes.
So wait a minute,
because he has.
Wait, pause your break, friend. So what is your definition of leading the household?
Okay, I was wondering that too.
Providing.
Okay.
Providing, define it.
Financially.
Making sure that the household is good. Financially, making sure that we're good. This 50-50 is roommate type thing, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but some people can't help that. But I need him to lead in some kind of way, and you're supposed to be able to provide financially for your household. But me doing 50-50, well, maybe we should do, you do 75 and I do 25 if you can't do it all. But 50-50, you might as well be my roommate at this point.
So are we providing spousal duties to boyfriends and girlfriends? Cause
we have, all of us have.
I mean, I'm saying we have. I'm just asking a question, because should we be submitting to boyfriends and girlfriends?
No.
Or should it be husbands and wives? I'm asking the question.
But at the end of the day, but we should all show ourselves. For a man to see me as a wife, he should be able to see that I may be able to submit to some form of degree. For me to see him as a husband, I need to see him as a provider. I need to see him as a protector. I need to see him as those things. And like I said before, when the person I moved here with, in the beginning, he was that. And then it fell off and it became, I was that. And our demise was when I told him, I was like, you don't even make sure I'm okay paying all these bills. Like, you don't talk to me. Like, you should, if you ain't got it, you still should be like, hey, babe, are you okay? I got none of that.
Or
Yeah.
pick up around the other areas that if you're not.
And so I probably, and so in that, I began to operate in my masculinity instead of my femininity.
So,
And I've carried it on for years. And they'll be like, who you talking to? I beat you up, but like, no.
She got aggressive.
Oh, okay. So do you ladies agree with that about the financial part in the 50-50? Like, because that's been a topic of discussion a lot, 50-50. So like, you guys feel like you could submit to a partner. Now say it's somebody that you are preparing to get, y'all at that level of taking next steps, like y'all finna move forward to engagement and marriage. And so y'all are getting ready to have the discussion about, how the bills will be paid in y'all house that y'all share together.
So I go back to the vision and the mission. It depends on what your vision and your mission is. So if you right here, right now, and I can help you move to the place that you can make 2 times more than I can do, I'm your ride or die. But you got to have a vision and a mission and what you see our future to be. Like you can making 30,000, but if you have a vision and a mission and drive about yourself, I'm gonna ride.
Okay. All right. So you'll be doing the 50-50 you'll be okay with the 50-50 because they got that vision of what they're gonna be doing to get to more than 30,000.
Exactly.
Kelly Cash Money don't look too sure.
30,000. 30,000.
You don't look too sure about that.
So, okay, I'm only speaking from experience. It can be, it's tricky. How do I say this? I done been the one paying all the bills before, when it was supposed to be 50-50. And I think as Kayla and Serenity said, if you don't have no vision, then I got to pay all the bills, then what the hell I need you here for? I mean, it's gotta be a balance. And like Serenity said, what are your goals? Are you operating to get to a vision of where things are gonna go for us as a unit, or are you just operating for self? And again, that goes back to the biblical definition. I don't want to keep going back to that, as I ain't trying to preach to nobody or anything, but just in learning and growing, it goes back to the biblical concept of submission. You are selflessly self-serving your partner. So that means it's a two-way street. It can't be any other way but 50-50. They got to be doing their part so that I can do my part, and vice versa. I can't do my part if you're not doing yours. So, I mean, I think it depends. Now, divorce and post stuff say something different. Now, when it's on the paper, it's a different story. I don't know if I want to go 50-50 knowing what I know now.
So I'll say this. I feel like many people that I've known, older adults that have been married, my dad has been married more than twice. My mom, I think she's only been married twice. My dad has been married maybe 4 times. So I feel like in just knowing things that I've heard from conversations with them about marriage and things like that and relationships, I feel like, submission is something that you might find yourself being able to do initially, and then things might happen and things might change. We can have a discussion before we get married about our vision, our goals, what our plans might be. And we can get married and things start off well and things change. That is something that is going to constantly depending on the relationship, might go up and down. My mama will tell me that, she married my dad and then he changed, and I feel like somebody can easily tell you like, oh, this will be the plan when we get married. This is how it's going to look, but things happen, or people just show their true colors.
Amen.
Once they get what they need and want from you, especially me being a giver, I feel like I recognize that people switch it up once they see what you are willing to do for them. And if I have a partner that sees that I'm willing to let him do that 50-50, and one day it might turn into the 75-25 on my end where I'm doing that 75, and I'm gonna start to resent you. And I've always tried to let people that I deal with know that bills and stuff like that is not something that I take lightly. I've always been in a household with the adults in my household around that I was around. They paid bills. They made it. They had set ways that they did it, and I saw it, even as a child, I saw what they did with their money, as far as paying bills. So, and I'm not gonna be the only one that's getting up and going and doing stuff and working, and you thinking I'm gonna come home and pay all the bills too. You crazy. It's just not gonna happen. I could not submit to someone that was not doing as much or not more than what I was doing. Like, it's not gonna happen.
So what if they started off doing as much or more, and something came up, they lost their job? Really, Kelly?
Well, how long? No. How long are you gonna sit in
I was gonna say, yeah.
Because
at what point
people lose their job and they thought, well, I'm gonna just take a break,
or not even just lose their job. What if they a job hopper? What if they're a job hopper and they just not stable? And they
if you're a job hopper,
you're not gonna wait for that. There's conversation. Okay, so there's conversations, and y'all know we've had this discussion offline about some stuff in my past. But I gave a certain individual a couple years to get their ish together before I said I'm done. I mean, so now it's just I don't have the patience and the time to work through those things because we are older. You should have these kinks and things worked out. I understand layoffs and things, but you should be in a position to have budgeted, saved, and do certain things. We shouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck at this age. And I know there are some people that are, but the reality is, and I can say this, I didn't grow up in a household that was financially responsible. Like it wasn't a thing. I took classes, but that wasn't something. My mama didn't talk to me about saving and budgeting. Those were not conversations. I learned those things on my own and through school. And okay, you got to set up, you got to save, you got to be able to do these things. I mean, have I been living paycheck to paycheck before? Absolutely. I'm not knocking anybody, but as Serenity said, you got to process and go through your vision. And once you get to certain ages and stages in your life, you shouldn't be making the same mistakes or doing the same things. Then if you ain't putting into action your vision, I got to go. Deuces, I got to go, period.
So at the end of the day, I'm still going to submit to a man because I've seen a man get laid off and not sit on his butt. I've seen a man get laid off and say, what, I got to do what I got to do still because I still got bills I got to pay. So some people don't do that though. Like, I mean, if something happened to me and I couldn't go to work where I work now, if I had to go do whatever I had to do, I'm going to do it because I take care of me and my household. And even if I did have somebody in this house with me helping take care of my household, if I had to go work wherever, I'm going to do it. And I just feel like some people get comfortable in a household where somebody is also doing that 50-50 or whatever, and they allow you go and work your butt off and not be worried about nothing but what they want to do. And that's not okay. I'm not going to take care of no grown man.
Exactly.
No grown kids.
Oh, no, my dream is not to be worked 50-50. I want to have my check for me.
Exactly.
Period, Pooh. I want the man to pay all the bills.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. I just talked to a guy about this too. That's living with someone. He's living with someone, and the bills that she pays are, I guess, the gas and electric bill and the cable bill, and he pays all the other bills in the house. But also, So I know a guy that just said this to me too. I wish I could have called him and told him to call in. So he said, if I'm taking care of all the bills in the house, I feel like when I ask you for something, it shouldn't be no, I gotta wait till Friday. It shouldn't be nothing like that because you ain't doing nothing with your money but getting it. Like maybe you buy the groceries or something like that, but you ain't paying no bills. So if I say, hey babe, these shoes come out, or hey babe, I want this cologne, or hey babe, let's go on this trip. Like, you should have something set up where we got money because you ain't paying for nothing. Now I'm like, first of all, that has never been the case for me. I would love to have somebody that's gonna pay all the bills in my household, and I could do because I can save money. Like I don't save as much as I could right now, but if I had the ability to save as much as I could, I would be like stacking on stacking on stacking. And I would have money. I would have a separate account for everything that I wanted. You have your account for your home fund, your account for your trips, your account for just birthdays and stuff. Like you have separate money for everything, separate pots of money.
Exactly.
And if I had a man, and I see that thing about me, because I'm a giver, I'm already know my husband or whoever my man is that's paying all these bills in our house, what he wants. I'm gonna just be getting it because I got it because he's got me. He got our household. Like, but that's a different type of setup, so
That's my
it would be nothing. But also, and that's just financially though. Like it's men that do everything and pay all your bills in your house and still be out here doing stuff that's disrespectful. So that's the other part alone that comes with submission. Like you could be doing everything financially, but you got to respect me. You got to respect our home. You can't be doing no foul stuff. Don't be doing nothing crazy. Don't be doing nothing out of pocket because I'm not going to be okay with that. Because I could, even if I am allowing you to pay all the bills in this house, believe me, I could still take care of myself. But if I had to leave you, I could.
So I was gonna ask Serenity. So you said you want him to pay all your bills,
all of them,
and you keep your check. So does that refer to the scenario that Alex was just talking about, where you kind of set your check to the side, or you just want your checks for you and you got everything?
Like Alex, probably what Alex said. Like my check is gonna be to do what I want to do, but I'll still have him. Like if we want to go to a trip, I'm willing to pay for the trip. If he wants something, or if he talk about he likes something, I'll probably have it delivered to the house when he get home one day from work. I'm not gonna cook every day, but I'll get some cater. I'll pay for it because I have my check.
What did that man want to
when you paying for everything in the household, does that include your bills, like credit? Like you got credit card bills or anything? Do you want him to pay your personal credit card bills or anything
not my
like
personal
that?
credit card bills. No, I'll pay my personal.
Just your house bills, just all the house bills. Does that include car insurance and car bills, like car notes?
No, I pay my car note.
Okay. Because some people like do car notes and stuff too.
I got a question. What if he got the better rate or whatever? Then
car note. I didn't even say car insurance.
Okay, she said car note.
I mean, he got a bill in his name, and she could pay the bill still, like if that's what they wanted to do. But she talking about them big bills, them house bills, like.
And if I had to pay the car insurance, I'll pay the car insurance. But I don't want to pay no bill. No.
Kayla, what bills you want to pay? You don't want to pay no bills?
I'll pay the light bill, cable bill, or water bill. That's it.
You pay all those bills. What bills the man paying? If you paying all those, but he paid the mortgage and what else?
He paid the mortgage, the insurance, car note.
See, I pay. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Kayla. What you think?
So I got a question. So I remember
what bills you want him to pay, girl?
I don't know. I like to pay my own bills, so that way I can tell that motherfucker get out when I want you to get out my shit.
But that's the thing, you gonna already have your money that you could leave if you wanted to leave.
Exactly.
So, I saw something. It was floating around social media. Y'all may have saw, y'all may not have saw it, where the dude for his girl birthday told her that her birthday gift was or her engagement gift or whatever, they got engaged or whatever, instead of getting her a big ring, he paid off all her student loan debt. And folks was upset about that.
Pay my student loan debt, baby.
Loans. Give me my money. I don't care about the debt. I want to live right now in the day. Don't pay no debt. You're gonna die in debt. Give me my money.
No, he pay that debt. Because if he pay the debt, I'm gonna have more money.
That part. Well, I don't have.
If you pay my debt off, I'm gonna have money.
So back to your question, I would at least want him to pay the mortgage. I could cover all the other stuff. I don't have no car notes. And to go with
I want a new car every 3 years. So
well, what I'm saying, but let me finish. But what
who the hell is you marrying?
Well, if I wanted a new car, I want us to be in a financial position where I ain't gotta have no car note. We stacking and saving money. I can pay it driving off the lot. So I don't want any car notes and all that. Just if he got the house bills, I get the groceries, my incidentals, whatever I little charge on my Victoria's Secret card or whatever. I got that, and everything else going in savings for trips or whatever. Yeah, he could just cover the mortgage. I think I handle everything.
What about the
Everything
utilities?
I can cover that. The utilities ain't that much. I cover that.
You
All
gotta buy,
my, huh?
gotta buy groceries.
I mean, that's compared to that's all when you look at everything that I got, and prayerfully when my husband come along that he ain't got no car notes and all that stuff, that would be the only those would be the only expenses. So I don't have no problem buying no groceries. I mean, if he's
So what about
if he
the okay,
if
we
he
got the
offer, I'm
financial
not gonna
piece.
turn
What
it
about
down.
the protecting piece?
What? Just so what do you mean? Just because he
He
not
pay
paying the bill?
Like I said, he could pay all the bills in the house and then bring
Exactly.
other things home to you, or be being
Exactly.
disrespectful, or be smacking you
Right.
around or something.
Right.
So
No.
it's just like he has
He
to,
gotta be a
the
has to
submission
be a
protector.
involved respect.
Period.
Respect is involved in the submission too. Like you respect me, and you also, as when you are submissive to your partner, they respect your and value your opinion too.
Exactly.
But also it comes if they're a protector makes sure that you're not hurt, which means by their actions. Their protector, they make sure that they ain't out here letting every female call your phone talking about, oh, I slept with your man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That comes with
You
the
ain't they
respect
ain't
part of
bringing
it.
that to you to begin with. If they for the right, they ain't bringing none of that to you. All that should have been dead when
Right.
y'all got together.
Right. But I did that 75-25 and I resented that sucker.
I've done 50-50 and I'm kind of no.
I-
But
zero.
but I mean, but at the same time it worked out because I walked away on top with the W. So I mean, hey, at the end of the day, what they say, she got her own. I mean, not that I want to go into something looking at it like that. I want to be trusting that my next husband gonna do, partner gonna do what they supposed to do and hold me down so I can hold them down. I ride or die with you, but you gotta be for the right. Not right. You gotta be for the right.
Okay, so wrapping things up, because I feel like we've talked about this fairly, in depth. We all are willing to be submissive to our partner, but we want to be sure that, the partner is going to be worthy of that submission, which anyone would do, I hope and pray. And I feel like we definitely all are looking forward to that man that will, even though some of us might already have that man, we're all looking forward to that man coming into our space and us being able to be submissive to him. So okay.
And him submissive to us.
And him submissive to us, yes. Yes. Okay, hot topic time. So something that has been y'all, and this goes along with a little bit the submission topic in social media news, all worldwide news. Sean Diddy, P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love Combs was brought into the spotlight for many, 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 many abuses that he may have done to Cassie. And when they met, I think she was might be 18, 19 when they got involved, and he was possibly 30. And basically he was a manipulative abuser to this young lady for many, many years. Allegedly a manipulative abuser to this young lady, woman, who's now married happily I pray happily with children for many years. And he paid her how much they think he might have paid her 60 something million.
Undisclosed amount.
Undisclosed amount. So we're gonna say 60 to 100 million. It's a lot. I think she asked for 100, maybe. I don't remember.
I thought it was 30.
She asked for 30. I think it was more than 30. Yeah.
It had to be.
So anywhere in that range. And so what are your guys' thoughts about this? I mean, let's be clear. I'm gonna say this because I want to put this out there. when we were in high school, we all know that girls in high school talk to older guys. And we always go back to well, no, they should have done that. No, we shouldn't have done that. Why do you think an older guy wants to talk to a younger girl and things like that? So this topic is kind of like one of those things that is it's wild because not only are they talking about since this is happening, since he paid Cassie, they're talking about him and what Aaron Hall and Gloria, how he got her pregnant when she was 16, 17, the video model. Y'all know Gloria because she's pretty and she was in the Big Pimpin' video and she had on that white outfit with Pimp C dancing next to him. Like I will never forget her in that video because she had the best outfit in that video. She was also in the DMX video, I think, what you with Cisco on the car. But anyway, what you bitches want from a nigga video.
But anyway.
Yeah, so she said that and I didn't know what they said she danced with Luke, and so and she brought Luke name into it because she was a Luke dancer, and they said he was doing that too. Like so many men are getting called out, and not even just
Luke put out a statement
like that.
Luke put out a statement saying he wasn't grooming nobody. He said let it be clear, he wasn't grooming nobody. But in all honesty,
but Luke was. Everybody knew what Luke was for. I mean, you know, it wasn't.
So if you said your daughter, if you was a young girl, went and did stuff with Luke, like,
yeah. Well, it go back to the whole thing. I mean, we've been here before. Let's be for real. We've been here before with the whole R. Kelly situation and different things. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say these men knew what they were doing as well as what the young ladies knew what they were doing.
When it turns abusive,
right?
So that's my issue. Like, okay, I could have been a young lady and went to Chicago and stayed with R. Kelly, but when it became abusive, that's when the problem lies. You can be 19 to a 40-year-old, and we know it's wrong. Well, we don't know it's wrong. Our perception is that it's wrong. But when it becomes abusive, that's when the issue comes for me.
Well, I feel like it's wrong because we know as Alex preference, it's a thing of control. You're not going after these young ladies or young men in some cases because, they stimulating you. No, it's a control thing. And that's where it's a control, it's manipulation, and that's where the mental and emotional abuse comes from. Because you're not doing it for no other reason than to control them. Even at 19, we're still impressionable. Our frontal cortex still is not, our reasoning centers still have not fully formed to ration out certain things, even at the age of 19. So it's
and I think it comes from also as being like my daughters. I try and tell them, baby, I'm not gonna lead you astray. If you follow me, I have you have these men running in circles, going in circles. So it comes back to us as being parents. Press on your daughters, press on them, ask them questions, know what's going on. My kids think I'm crazy because I ask questions. It's because I want to know and I want to help you out. I want to help you win. Cause these niggas ain't shit but dogs. And if you want to win, you got to know how to play the game.
Or not even that.
Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting out here hurt, looking crazy.
And they know.
But I would have went if it were me. R. Kelly had met me. I would have been like, "Take me, R. Kelly. Take me.
No,
take me."
But they know. And that's what makes it wrong because they know who to go after. They're not in. I think in the case of R. Kelly, what a couple of the girls unfortunately came from 2-parent homes, but the majority of those girls were from single mother homes, and there was no male figure in the house. And I don't know Cassie's situation with Diddy, but okay, we've heard the rumors about Diddy and stuff. I didn't read I don't even want to read the lawsuit, the 35-page, because it just sounds reckless. But
we don't know what kind of household Diddy came from, because in order like R. Kelly and Diddy, in order for them to treat people like that, they had to come from a disruptive household.
I agree. I'm not
those girls. What kind of households these men came from?
true. As well.
Let me tell y'all
But
something.
let me say something.
Go ahead, Kayla.
Let's go back to the age difference. Where they preyed on 19-year-olds. Do we know like half of our grandparents had to marry probably somebody that was older? And it worked out for them. Now the reason why they did, I don't know, never asked. But there's a history of this going on, even from white people, black people. There's a history of it. I guess to a certain degree, because like with our grandparents, they probably had good marriages. As far as we know, men probably stepped out on them too, but they took care of their family. And so what's the difference now? How do you think we got to this place right now when history has proven Elvis, I think he married Priscilla Young.
I'm about to say, no, he don't count.
I'm about to say, but that's not the issue, is them marrying them young. It's, as Serenity was saying, it's the abuse that has come along in that realm. It ain't so much the age, it's also the abuse that goes along with it. I think the age is the precursor because it allows them some level of control, but then it's
allegedly he's also abused people that were older, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he just
R. Kelly allegedly abused those that were older. Well, I guess some of it may be improving. So it may not be age, but it just because they can get away with it.
Money is an invincible thing. I got this money. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do, and ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Right.
You can pay somebody to shut up. You can these non-disclosures that they have when you be with them, and
them NDAs.
Yeah.
All the things you guys are saying are correct. All the things you guys are saying are correct. There are many things that I've seen since this has been going on where just has shown Diddy in like the worst light, showing him saying that he's a savage and he get whatever he want by any means necessary, like just showing him like saying like, oh, he really might have been like, we thinking that he just like really strongly believing about him being able to do what he got to do. But it could be like, if we really take it literally what he's saying, he could be like, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do, period. Like he really letting us know like, I'm gonna do whatever to get what I want. And we just don't know. He might have really been like doing whatever he needed to do to get what he want. You know what I'm saying?
It might go back to, like Serenity said, they upbringing somewhere. They may have been deprived of something or someone, and once they got of an age, I'm not gonna let nobody do this to me no more, or I'm never gonna go without, and I'm gonna make all this money, do whatever, and I'm gonna be king of the world. Who know? We don't know.
We don't know.
At the end of the day, we don't know. But I think all of that goes into it. Unless somebody is willing to heal, we don't know what makes people be abusive. And that's a whole nother level of abusiveness, and allegedly.
And so listen to, so like with the age thing, you have to, I think men, when it comes to age, men, of course, we know that men they start to obsess over you with their eyes first. So when they see you, they don't necessarily know how old you are, but they done already sexualized you because they see you got breasts and thighs and ass and everything else. So then they have to ask you how old you are, and that's when their actual sense and conscious and everything else starts to come into play. So if you see me and I tell you, oh, I'm 16 and you 25, that's when you gotta say like, oh, okay, I can't do nothing with you.
You should.
That's when you're supposed to be able to do that. But we know that in a lot of cases, like we're finding now, even before, like Kayla said, that's not always been the case. But even back in the day, though, as to go back to what Kayla said, relationships and those is like Color Purple coming out over again on the 25th on Christmas. And we know that Mr. got her because he went and chose her because the daddy was trying to get rid of one of them.
Right.
He was trying to get it's a book, of course, but that's how it happened.
Right.
You know, if you seen the Woman King, the daughter, the girl was trying to, her daddy was trying to get her married. She didn't want to marry none of them people. You know, she didn't want to marry none of them. But her daddy was trying to sell her and get some money, get a dowry, maybe. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do, but he was trying to get paid. And so he was trying to give his daughter away, you know, or that's one less mouth that he would have to feed because that woman would then be in somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? So those circumstances were different. So that's the age thing, but all of this whole thing is just really just bringing to light things that we already knew. But in a world with someone famous like Puffy, and then like how R. Kelly did everything, and then all the multitude of other men, including white, black, every color, that have done this or are still doing this, you know, I don't know, you guys. It just all boils down to, because we're not going to victim blame, but it does make you wonder why, what do we think was, or what do we think kept Cassie in the situation for as long as it was? And I'm going to say this before y'all answer. It was a clip of Diddy on a Breakfast Club, and he said, if you with me, you know, 75% of the time you with me, you going to love me. You going to feel like I'm the best man ever. You going to feel like I'm wonderful. You going to love everything about me. You going to feel like you love everything that I do for you, blah, blah, blah. But he said, it's going to be 25% that you going to hate me. That's what he said. Like, I'm like, dude has been talking about, he's been telling us this stuff in public for years. Because this is all
like
stuff that's documented.
That's like
this is all documented stuff that he has been saying. It ain't just now that he's saying this stuff. He's been saying these things, and we just ain't paid no attention.
Oblivious.
So what do you think about that? Like, what do you think as far as Cassie staying? Do you think she stayed for what, the lifestyle? Because I'd be damned if you hitting me and beating me and blacking my eyes and threatening and blowing up people's cars, and I'm staying. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. Like, I'm saying this, but I think it's because of things that I experienced, and I just always said I'm not dealing with nobody doing me like that. So maybe that's my experience. Maybe for her it was different. So like I said, I don't want to blame anybody, but
it might have been out of fear. It might have been out of fear. Like, you know.
What made her finally be able to leave then?
I think he probably was done with her. I mean,
right.
So it was on his terms.
I think it was more on his terms than it was on her terms, because I just feel like maybe she would have got out sooner. You know, I'm not victim blaming, as we said, you know, and I've never been physically abused, so I can't say, you know, but the statistics are there that, you know, it takes a long time for people that are abused to leave. Sometimes, you know, they go back. It's called the Stockholm Syndrome for a reason. They got studies about it. I mean, so we will never know again what her mental state was. Maybe maybe that 25% monster was a motherfucker, and she really was like, he gonna kill me and I'm not gonna make it out of here. I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know, because I know that was a question that people brought up. Well, why she waits till now? Well, first of all, he made her sign an NDA, so she could talk about certain things.
And the Illuminati. Okay.
What?
I can't talk. That's why I can't talk.
What?
The secret society.
Oh, Lord. I mean, you know,
I will say, my opinion of why she may have never left. Growing up, if you don't have a 2-parent household, you don't know what love is. You don't see it. You may not have seen to know what love is. When we're that age, we swear to God we know that nigga love us. We swear to God we know we love him. We don't even know what love is because we haven't lived life to know. We may know it, we know it's a feeling, but to know that
household. Y'all offended me about this 2-parent household.
Why? Not that it's not a bad thing.
That's coming from me. It's coming from me. Well, I wasn't, you know, like sometimes if you don't see it, you don't know it. That's my opinion of why she may have stayed. We don't know what love is, and she may have thought she was in love and thought, but it takes us a long term to know that love doesn't hurt. Love is kind.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know that, then or you may know it, but you just want to feel love and be loved. Because that's, I think, I don't even know why I stayed with the nigga that abused me. it ain't like I would never loved, but it was like I
Hey,
don't
and it
know. It
didn't
was
have
just
anything to do
something.
with a 2-parent household. You were loved in a single parent household.
Right. That was just I was, but maybe I mean we never know what going through people's mind. But yeah, I don't know why she would have stayed. I probably would stay. It's money. You don't have it, you want it.
Yeah, and I still
But that couldn't be it.
I still think it was him. Like what we talking about? Why Cassie did this? Why she did this? Why she stayed? Why did he act the way he did? What was his childhood? What was his upbringing?
Right.
I agree.
And a lot of times they tell you leave, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill your mom. I'm gonna kill your family. I'm gonna kill somebody because they want to keep that control over you. So you, out of fear, you don't go nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This was a somber talk, man. We talked about, submission, and we talked about this hot topic. Let's try to leave this episode on a bright note. Y'all got any good news? What's some
Did y'all
good news?
enjoy Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great.
What were y'all thankful for on the Thanksgiving?
I'm thankful for being here, man. I'm gonna tell you something and this is somber, so I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just thankful that I'm here, because
every day
is a blessing, and I don't take it for granted. I don't take anything for granted. I can see without these glasses on. You hear me? I got all my fingers in my toes, and I'm thankful. I thank God, and I'm appreciative of my family and you guys, my friends, and yeah.
Don't sing the girls thing. Go ahead. You know you want.
Thank you for being a friend.
First of all,
down the road and back again, honey.
First of all, I'd like to thank me for being me.
That's them Leos. There you
I'm
go.
not a Leo.
Oh, you're
not a Leo.
Oh, that's right. You on the end.
I mean, Alex is a Leo. No, I'm like Alex. I'm thankful for being here. I'm thankful for family and friends. Waking up in the morning. Every day is Thanksgiving for me that I wake up in the morning and that my family and my friends wake up. So,
Amen. Amen.
Yes. Kayla,
I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Because even sometimes when bad things happen to us, we question on why it happened to us. And you know what? Sometimes it takes a minute or two for you to realize it. But the bad makes you who you are. It makes you stronger, wiser. So I'm just glad for everything. I got a grandbaby coming, and I'm ready to spoil him. I'm ready for him to get here. I'm ready for the continued debate, though. But I just cannot wait. So I'm just grateful for everything.
Kelly, cash money.
I am thankful for life every day. You wake up. I'm thankful. Just it's a blessing to wake up because every day, every second, every minute, every hour, somewhere somebody did not wake up. Yeah, so man. I am definitely thankful for waking up in life, and I'm thankful for my circle and my support group. It's small, but I love y'all and I love them, and yeah.
I'm thankful for these inches I got. Wait till y'all see me on Tuesday. I'm getting my hair did.
You gonna be cute. She gonna be cute, y'all.
I'll be cute. I've been looking real raggedy on these videos, so forgive me, watchers and viewers.
Somebody
all right. Kelly, go ahead and say what you need to say.
Oh, so we gonna wrap it up, but before we do, we want you guys to SCS. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share our podcast.
Sisters Unfiltered Opinions. You guys have a good evening.
Love y'all.
If you or someone you know is in immediate danger as a result of domestic violence, call 911. For anonymous confidential help, you can call the 24/7 National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Again, that number is 1-800-799-SAFE.